What's the difference between a no-cost refi and a unicorn? I've seen a no-cost refi. But on dad joke. Look, the reality is no-cost refis, let's be very, very clear. They can exist. The way that people and companies will put them on the radio, those may not be no cost. There is a difference between bringing no money to closing and no cost. If somebody brings no money to closing, that's a no money do at closing refinance, but there absolutely could be a cost. There could be a ton of them. So understand no money due at closing and no cost are two different things. But for the first time in a long time, this market is finally allowing the no cost refinances. After when COVID hit, the world changed as far as the mortgage world, as far as pricing and things, and we haven't seen no cost in a long time. They are back. And so what do I mean by that? When you do mortgage loans, there's two parts, cost and prepaids. Prepaids is like home ownership. That's taxes, property taxes, insurance. Whether you refinance or not, whether you own a house free and clear with no mortgage or have a mortgage, you still owe taxes and you still owe insurance. Those are prepaids. Those are it's money due, but I don't consider that a fee to refinance. So a no fee, no cost does now exist. Let's do it right. Most companies will do it wrong. They use it for advertising. I'm just telling you, whether or not a no cost refi is going to work for you or whether it's available to be determined. The way you figure that out, go to meetmortgagemark.com. Meetmortgagemark.com. There you can schedule a 30-minute meeting with us. We'll make sure before we meet, you do a refi analysis form. That'll take you 5 minutes tops, where you just tell us all about your current mortgage. We will recreate that mortgage, compare it to what's new, and see what the options look like. And somebody's like, well, my interest rate's not going to go down that much. I don't need to do it. Look, to go from a 7% to a 6.5%, if it didn't cost you a dime, that means the very next month, your first mortgage payment, when you make your first mortgage payment, you are saving money. There is no break even period. It is zero break even. When you don't pay fees, it is awesome. Yes, could somebody have a lower rate than 6.5%? Sure. But if it's no cost, this at least allows them to where it's like, dude, no harm, no foul. I did this. When I first bought my home, man, it was early 2006, I want to say. I bought it. Rates were at 6.5. I refinanced a 6. I refinanced a 5.5 and a 5. I refinanced like 3 times in a year and a half just because rates kept going down every single time, not paying a dime in fees. So that is something that's now back in this market. Let's see if it's right for you to do that. Again, go to meetmortgagemark.com and be sure to share this with any of your friends, your family, your relatives, coworkers. If anybody wants to do this, we will shoot you straight and make sure they know exactly where they stand, if it makes sense and what's available to them. Do not fall victim to the big banks with all or the big companies with all their marketing. And again, it's maddening. So we'd love to talk to you. Meetmortgagemark.com, schedule time, and remember, when you think mortgage, think Mark.